Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Children of Morta. In this episode we are gonna be trying to wrap up some of the loose ends in Chapter 2, but before that, looks like we've got a bit of a cutscene going on. Let me try to select it. We've got Joey, Linda, Kevin, and Lucy playing a board game, perhaps? Let's see what's going on.
Never the ones to forget to have a little fun when given the chance.
Yeah, it looked like it, although the narrator didn't exactly say what they were doing, but looks like a recreational activity of some kind. Okay, I think we're gonna get a bit of narration as soon as we go to the chapter select screen, because we did beat the second chapter last time.
Was not defending their home more important than saving yet another spirit? Was there any other way to defeat Wu? Many questions remained without answers. They knew of no other way than freeing Anais Salamon, the third and final spirit, the spirit of dreams, one who could answer more of their questions.
Okay, so that is our next main story objective, to free the third and final spirit or deity or whatever these entities are. But we've gotten two of them so far. I said we're going to be doing some cleanup in Act 2, but before we do that, I am going to do one more off-screen run in Act 1. Just because, this is a roguelike, and it's hard for me to know exactly whether the lack of, journal entries in my last off-screen run was due to there being nothing to find, or just due to there being only a few things to find and them not showing up due to randomness. So, Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the off-screen run at the end of the episode. The reason being is because we've got our good 15% bonuses active, and I don't want to waste those in this low-level area. I want to get the most bang for my buck. So we're gonna go to the second zone in Act 2. Alright. And, who are we gonna go with? I said I would go with whoever was lowest level, and that would be Apon, although Mark is not that far ahead. But let's go with Apon first. Let's go with Apon, and let's see how far we can get. The last time we were in this zone was as Linda, I believe, and we beat the boss at the end, so we've only been here once, and if memory serves, there is a lot of stuff to find. A gem right off the bat is a promising start. Let's remind ourselves how Apon works. She will have a bit of a range on her attack, but also the recoil will knock her back slightly, and that is very important to keep in mind in this area, because the recoil might, if you're not careful, send you into one of the many traps that is littered across this desert landscape. And we are doing fine. Alright. Hang on. Who is... Okay, you are creating annoying things on the ground, so I had to take that enemy down. There's nothing behind us. I'm checking just in case we need to backtrack. Wouldn't want a nasty surprise waiting for me. Apon has leveled up. Right now she has 1 skill point. I don't know if that 1 is going to give us anything useful. Although we have unlocked a couple things. We could make... Ooh. Okay, this is going to be good. Because this will finally allow us to narrow down our... Thunderclap. Or we could learn a new ability. I'd rather get a stronger Thunderclap. We'll get the other ability on our next level up. Because, again, if I remember, based on the last time I played, it is a pretty useful thing. And we will be demonstrating our improved Thunderclap as soon as we find a suitable target. Oh, are you serious? Are you serious? Man, these snakes have such a long range. And they seemingly cannot be interrupted once they get into their final stage of their animation. Alright, scorpions are a bit easier to deal with. Let's be intelligent. Okay. Not getting any lucky. Oh, see, look how quick they are. And either... Oh my god. Everything's going wrong. I was gonna say, either they can't be interrupted, or her attacks just aren't quick enough. I mean, it feels like she's reasonably quick, so I don't think that's it. Okay, what's in here?
1 held a gift. 2 hid ferocious creatures. It was the lady or the tiger with the Bergson.
Alright, we've done pretty well with that in the past, but not this time. This time we got absolutely nothing. Okay. Uh-oh, what's going on here? We are getting close to another level up. We're also finding a lot of gems, but nothing to spend them on, which is always worrying. Because sometimes that'll happen to you in roguelikes, is that you will find a lot of the temporary currency that's only useful within a run, but then you'll die before you actually had a chance to do anything with it. And if only you'd gotten to a shop, you could have made yourself stronger, but it just didn't work out that way. Hopefully, that is not what happens in this run. I would like to get as deep into this area as I can. Okay, what is this enemy doing? Bait him to come out and then take him down. Ooh, I think we also unlocked oh no, I think we had already unlocked this before. Her family trait where Apon shows up when someone steps on an environmental hazard. Alright, let's get Magic Glyph. And I guess we can showcase it if we come across a group of enemies. Let's throw it down here. Oh, excuse me. It takes her a second to do that. I mean, she has to really kind of wind up her attack. But once she does, she pushes enemies back, which is pretty useful. And that is the focused version of the other ability, whose name I have already forgotten. But because it's focused, it also is easier to miss. If an enemy just moves out of the way, they can avoid all the damage you would have done. So it's a bit of a risk-reward scenario. Alright. This area is actually pretty tough as Apon. Mainly because of the snakes, actually. They did a lot of damage to us early on. But she is also leveling up at a decent pace. Oh, wow. I saw that projectile just in the nick of time. I want to take this thing down because if I don't, it will be constantly spawning enemies that I am gonna have a hard time dealing with. Especially once enemies of different type get spawned. Because the tactic for fighting ranged enemies is different from the tactic of fighting enemies that rush you down in melee, and sometimes those tactics are mutually exclusive, meaning you essentially have to pick who you're gonna get hit by because you can't deal with all of them. Alright, what's going on here? We've come to the end. Is there gonna be a shop? No, there's gonna be...
The air was still with energies, coiled and ready to let loose.
Okay, this is something new. A trap that poisons enemies. It doesn't sound too impressive, but who knows, maybe it'll be useful. Now what's down here? Literally nothing, just one snake. Let's take a look at the map, confirming that there's nothing in this area. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not really going to get much use out of this shrine, so I should have probably not picked it up until the end of the level. I thought there might be more in this level, but I guess I should have realized that because we're in this area with 4 zones, that each of the zones is going to be shorter, just because the area has so many zones. And that was a good use of that. A good shotgun effect on that attack. And we're about to level up again. Oh, and we got a bit of a kill bonus. Just to give us a little bit extra. Alright. Take that guy out. Do we want... Oh, well, we can't even spend anything if we wanted to. Next, I think... maybe save up for a better Guardian Rage? Or maybe improve this ability. Oh, I thought we could do it quickly enough to push the snake backwards, but I guess not. It really is important to start doing your damage against the snakes before they get close enough to start that animation of theirs, because once they do, it is difficult, if not nigh impossible, to then jolt them out of it by just attacking them. We have our Guardian Rage available, but as often tends to be the pattern with me,
A not so innocent game of chance and memory.
as often tends to be the pattern with me, I will frequently just save it for the boss? Okay, it's not number 1. Okay, let's... It's not number 1, and we've got an annoying mix of enemies, because we've got this guy who will launch ranged attacks, we've got this guy who creates hazards on the ground. I'm just gonna take out the ranged enemy. That's it. Oh my god, look... Yeah, she really is closer to melee than she is to ranged. Isn't she? I wish there was a way to improve her range, and this guy's still alive. It wasn't number 1, nor was it number 2. Kind of wish that it wouldn't spawn enemies every time, or that at least maybe it would only be a chance to spawn enemies, or that if it did spawn enemies, that they would at least give experience. So, not number 3, it was literally the last thing. Okay. Good to know. Well, at least we got some health out of it. And we get this bonus out of it as well. Okay, so it was 4, and either 2 or 3. Okay, 4, and then either 2 or 3. If you knock them back, then they can't quite get to you. Because it seems that that enemy type that charges at you, they will start their attack when they're right at the edge of being able to attack you. And so if you push them back slightly, they won't be able to. So 4 and then either 2 or 3. 4, 3. Oh wow, really? You spawned an elite. I swear, if we kill this elite and if I don't get experience for it, I will feel very insulted. Because look at this nonsense that has shown up when all we're trying to do is beat a memory minigame. Look at, we pushed him back too far. Okay. I don't think we got experience for it. But we can pick that up, why not? Actually, no, I want to hold on to that. Okay. So 4, 3. 1, 2. A nice bit of symmetry there. And how the solution shaped up. And what do we get? Yeah, we got this, which I don't like. I've talked about that before. And there's even more health on the ground, in case we need it. Alright. It's so difficult to aim that when you're using a controller. Excuse me? What hit me? Yeah, I don't know what hit me. I feel like if you hit these guys, anything that they've summoned should disappear. That's a good compromise to make up for just how annoying it is for enemies to just be able to summon walls out of the ground. Could have been better. I think I narrowed that blast down a little bit too much. Again, we've got a lot of gems, but nothing to spend them on yet. Oh my god, are you serious? This area so much. Honestly, it's to the point where I think the third zone is easier, legitimately, genuinely easier than the second zone. Just because of how annoying the traps are and how many irritating enemy types there are in this area. Alright. Yeah, see, look at this nonsense. Look at this garbage. I don't even know where that guy is. Now, what did I say I was gonna do? I said I was gonna wait for one more level and then improve Guardian's Rage. Or did I? Because what else would I do? More damage on the focused Thunderclap could be good. A longer duration on the slow effect when we evade through enemies would also be good. Let's... Oh my god. Let's hold off on spending anything. What's up here? Oh. Could get a lore entry from here. What's here in the center? Yes, we did. Barrowhead, Partners of the Peak. What's going on here? A partnership has arisen between the Royal Stoat. Okay. The other animal is the Drum Rock, a huge black bird. Okay, so I guess this is kind of like the... like a person documenting the wildlife in the area. Yeah, pretty interesting. I guess. I don't know if we've encountered either of those as either enemy types or something in the background.
In the center, an object touched by the gods.
So, you know, this is always good. It's not an exciting bonus, it doesn't really change the way you play, but it is just an unambiguous improvement upon whatever you had before. Your basic attack is now stronger.
Breaking the circle would prevent the summoning.
Of course, we don't want to break the circle, but we do want to see where they are. They're down there. Let's kill these guys.
Had they only been quicker.
Okay. Alright. Okay, I thought he was gonna come up a bit quicker than that, but he just stayed in place. Oh, these guys are gonna be an issue, aren't they? I like the way I used the sweeping kind of area of effect on my attack to kill two of those enemies at once, but I have taken a lot of damage. Enemies slain have a chance to drop health globes is good, because we are in the market for some healing, although there is healing on the ground, if I remember correctly. Oh no, we could easily die if we aren't careful. Oh no! What happened? What hit me? Are you... Oh my god. Something hit me. I only was... Like, the only hit that I know what happened was the one where the trap hit me. I don't know what took away my health before that. So I'm just gonna continue.
The corruption seemed different, but what had changed was not clear. Though whatever had changed meant the mountain god's answer was coming.
Okay. We get another cutscene. And we got a couple of levels for Apon, but we didn't get far at all. And again, it's a testament to how difficult it is if you're not ranged, because 90% of the damage we took can be attributed to the fact that we could not get far away from enemies and we had to get close to them when we were doing our damage. I am gonna go back into the I'm gonna go back into the second zone in Barahut, and I'm gonna try once again in this episode. This is what I'm gonna do in lieu of well, let me first see if I can buy any upgrades. I don't think we can afford any thing here. We can't afford this. I do want to save up for the next primary damage upgrade. Okay, so yeah, let's go straight back in. This time, I guess, Apon is level 12. This time let's go as Mark, and let's see how badly we do. If I keep dying with melee characters before I even reach floor 4, then, as much as I don't want to, for this stuff, I may have to resort to using Linda or Lucy. You see, already I've taken damage. You're much quicker in your attacks, but because of how close you have to be, sometimes you can't avoid taking damage. So you have no skill points to start out with, but maybe if we level you up a couple times, something good can materialize. So far we're doing okay. If enemies are all standing together, we can kind of stun lock them, but if enemies are around us, then... You see, again... It was... Oh my god, what is going on? Yeah, this area... Indeed, this entire game, but this area in particular is... Like... You shouldn't be playing it solo if you're a melee character. It's just... It just wasn't made with your comfort in mind. But we've leveled up. Come on. And what do we want to do? Increased crit chance based on kill counter. I'm probably never going to take that. I guess we might as well at least unlock your final ability. What does it do? It, smash and knockback. Now, unless it also stuns, that's gonna be a pretty useless thing because of how slow it is to wind up. Alright. Seriously, enemies should trigger traps if they walk in front of them. And I don't know why I took damage, because that trap clearly felt like it hadn't triggered. Oh, what is this? What? Excuse me, what? What's doing damage to me? Excuse me, what? 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 Excuse, like, what's doing damage? Yeah. These enemies are coded in a really odd way. Oh, or was... There was a sinkhole trap below me. Was that doing damage? I thought it was the enemies... The hopping enemies that were doing their damage. Regardless... Another, pretty mediocre display from me, but also a lot of this is just due to the fact that I'm up close against enemies that feel like they were built specifically to not be fought up close. Now, can this change us? Can this change our fortunes, is what I was meaning to say, but I guess a good passive relic might indeed change us as well. Yeah, see, the moment there's more than one enemy on the screen, all bets are off, because you have to have them standing on the exact same spot, so that you can hit both of them or all of them at the same time. Otherwise, the moment you start attacking, and even when there is one enemy, it's hardly a guarantee because of the limited range at which Mark can start his attacks. Yeah, I'm again feeling like we're not even gonna reach the end.
Can the body endure the mind's gamble?
Okay, let's hit this. Well, at least something went our way. What is inside here? Some health and at least something that does damage. Let's even take this animal treat. And something was happening outside. An elite of some kind. That does a lot of damage. And those bombs did nothing. They're very hard to use effectively unless you are just going to be standing still. Which is hard to manage unless you're Lucy and you've thrown down a decoy. Oh my god. Again, like the strange targeting on his attack messed me up a little bit there. Now with 2 abilities, what do I want to do? Do I just want to save up a point? Yeah, I think I want to save up a point and get a longer Guardian Rage. In the hopes that I reach the boss. Although beating the boss isn't really a major objective. It's just reaching the boss, or reaching the final floor and fully exploring the final floor. Making sure that we don't leave any special encounters behind. What? Excuse me? Yes. Like, there was a thing on top of it, and like visually, if there's a sinkhole pulling things into it, you would expect a bottle lying on the ground to also be pulled into it, but the game isn't coded at, you know, that level of detail, so that visual bit of unintentional visual trickery caused me to take damage, and no doubt something like that was responsible for that part earlier on where I wasn't sure where the damage was coming from. But anyway, I think we died on the 2nd floor as a pawn. This time, once again, we've reached the 2nd floor. Again, another one of those traps. It's so hard to see them when when you're fighting enemies, because they add to the visual noise, and because they, in what I still consider unfair, will not trigger the trap itself. See, if enemies were also subject to that, then you would know it's there because enemies would be falling into it as well. But they just walk over it as though it's not there. And items that fall on it are just left untouched, as though the trap isn't there. But the moment you get on it, it's only you walking over it that somehow causes the trap to actually essentially exist in a meaningful sense. Which I don't like it when games do that, when there's something that is scripted so that only the player can activate it, but without a, you know, lore reason for it. Like, it's just a thing that, oh, we don't want the game to be too easy, and okay. This is probably where the run is going to end. So I'm going to explore the rest of the floor before going in there. The reason is because we've seen that event type before. It's where, excuse me, you're supposed to be targeting the decoy. That event is where you, okay, another thing is happening here. That event is where you're supposed to track down Bellagio. Oh my god. That guy created the wall in exactly the worst spot. Yeah, this is great. And again, think about how different this combat would be if we were Lucy or Linda, because yeah, that we wouldn't have taken that hit. There are about 8 or 9 hits that we've taken that wouldn't have been an issue if we were a ranged character. The only bit of good news is that we do have a level up coming our way. Assuming we live long enough to earn it, which we should. but we've taken a lot of damage. Okay, with our third thing, let's just improve Guardian Rage. Still not quite enough to unlock the next family trait. Oh no, okay. Yeah, okay, so I wasn't entirely wrong. These guys do have a really odd way of dealing damage that can't be interrupted, and they just hop at you in a slow way that never looks like it should be dealing even a single point of damage, much less, you know, the 20-30 damage they do per hit. Another enemy type that clearly was not meant to be fought in melee. Alright. Okay, okay. Okay. Because enemies have really weird angles at which their attacks do damage. Like, a lot of enemies have... Like, look at... I'll let him do his attack, and you'll see what I mean. A lot of enemies have attacks that look like they're forward-facing attacks, but then at the last second, they turn into kind of 360-degree attacks, where they'll flail around with their arms and do damage in a radius around them. And unless you've got an encyclopedic knowledge of everything in this game, and even if you do, it can be hard to avoid stuff like that. Because their attack changes into that sweeping attack, for lack of a better term, right at the end. So if you haven't already realized that the attack is going to do that, then you will be taking damage at the end of it. I'm just going to be picking that up. Once again, it's doubtful whether we even make it past this floor. We'll try our best. At least we made it to what I hope is the shop. No, it's just more of this, and we get a thing that means we'll do fire damage on evading. Okay. Once again, we're in a position where Kevin's scourging knife... What is... Oh my god. Where we're hoping for lucky health pickups. You see, in that instance, I don't think the Scourging Whip even hit anyone. Oh my god, are you serious? I really do think their walls should instantly disappear the moment you do any damage to them. I think it should be treated as an attack that requires constant concentration to maintain, and the moment you interrupt them, it should vanish. At least we get some healing. We get another codex where sand gives voice. What is this? Okay, so it's about sounds that are made when the wind passes over the sand, which honestly sounds horrifying. I would not want to be in a place like that. But yes, those codex entries are things that we're looking for, although not the main things. It's good that we're finding them, but there's other stuff. Ooh, here's a...
Hammer struck chisel, carving out stone and creating elegant designs for the harsh sand to wear down. Broken fingers and crushed hands were an accepted cost.
Okay. This is one of the encounters I was looking for. And I used my Guardian Rage just because I think, like other encounters of the same kind, I would be trapped in the room until I finished it. Turn to max health.
Left behind was a most curious stone. A warmth filled the hero's body on contact with it, embracing them in comfort. Uncle Ben would certainly have something to say about this strange stone.
So unfortunately, I think we're now about to...
She flaunted her wings, begging to be chased.
Well, let's finish this event first, before I tell you what I was gonna say. Oh my god. Where is this? Oh no. Oh, yeah. Enemies are putting up walls in my way
Deeper
as I run?
into the depths she moved.
Are you serious? Okay, I think we did it. Oh no, we didn't. There's a whole other section. What?
Bellagio fled further.
Oh, this is not it? Those footsteps made no sense. No
Further
sense.
she fled.
Excuse me, what is this? Where are these footsteps going? I actually think...
Cornered in this game of cat and mouse.
I actually think we came close to failing that because of how weird those footprints were laid out. And of course, we're gonna turn right back around and fight all these elites. Oh, we got some health on the ground. Haha. You fool. You just stood in place while I blew you up. Alright. Got one. Excuse me. That was rude of you, Trap. We've got 1 point, but I think what I want to do is... I'll get one more skill point and I'll improve... Actually, no, I'll improve the range of your primary attacks after my next level. Oh yeah, so as I was gonna say, with that mysterious seed that we found, unfortunately, I think that is gonna start a quest line that won't progress until we go back to the house with it. So we've got to show it to Uncle Ben first. And there are gonna be other stages to that that we won't be able to do in this run. But that's okay because... Oh my god, because there is other stuff that we want to do in this run, independent of that. So, assuming we survive long enough, which by no means is guaranteed, assuming we survive and make it to the 3rd and 4th section, there is other stuff for us to find. Okay, what are you doing? You are gonna do this? Oh, and more of this garbage. Let me try this. Okay. When there's only one of those, it's easy to deal with them. But when there are multiple of those splitters, and once things start jumping at you with different timing, then it rapidly gets out of hand. Was there something to the right? Somebody? No. Well, now there is. Or was. Okay. Oh, that was a lucky... Oh! Lucky dodge, but... Then I walked right into another one. Drop 3 gemstones? Sure. And let's pick this up again. We'll use it at the end. Assuming we reach it Assuming we reach it. That's a rare animal treat. That's good. Okay. What's this? John's Heaven Strike cast when Mark activates Swirling Staff. I mean, I genuinely think it's better to just use my primary attack. Because it does a lot of damage. And it's quicker. Alright. How much money have you got? Oh, quite a bit. I should probably save that. That's okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a long video. Because of the failed run in the beginning. Plus, this run, which has had this relatively rare event show up. A rare event that I always insist on fully clearing, even though really the only stated objective given to you by the game is to find Bellagio before she disappears. Okay, come on. Okay. We got the bonus for 20. That's fine. I said I wanted more range on your attacks. We got that, and we unlocked your next family trait. Mark appears when a family member reaches a high hit count. Not as useful, because if you reached a high hit count, chances are you were doing pretty well to begin with, unless you deliberately put yourself in danger for it, which you shouldn't do, but which I sometimes will do against my better judgment. So I guess we might see some use out of that every once in a while. And what is left to do? Nothing, except just to go right to the end. Okay. Okay. Took a whole bunch of bad damage. And... oh, those guys split up right when I was expecting them to stay long enough for me to punch them both at the same time. Oh well. I did pick up the egg from Bellagio, right? We'll find out, because we should have 4 of them. Okay, yeah, let's just go straight to the exit. Oh yeah, and we'll return to full health at the start of every floor, so it really doesn't matter whether we leave healing on the ground or not, as long as we survive the floor, which... not guaranteed, but doing better than I would have expected. Okay, we've got a challenge room. Oh, but a bunch of nonsense happened. I don't even know what triggered this. I don't think we need more gemstones to drop, so I'm just gonna hold this instead. Oh, it just obliterated that guy. One Punch Man style. Alright. We need more health again. And I don't want to go to that challenge room without health. I think there should be a shop on this floor. Okay, oh my god. Like, see, the traps in this area are absolutely lethal. Now, I just need to... I just need to not... Okay. I need to not lose my cool. Oh, and I went the wrong way because... this was not an area I had previously cleared. Temporary rage gain. I picked that up just in case we needed the codex entry. Primary attacks have a chance to release the Guardian Fist. I will take that. The Guardian Fist, by the way, is... oh my god. That's a... these... that thing that you just saw. It's also, I think, what Mark does when he's in Guardian Rage mode. And what does this do? Swirling Staff leaves a pool of energy that damages enemies. Again, no health. Decreased gemstone drop chance, increased morph drop chance. I'm actually going to take that because of the ludicrous amount of gemstones we have. Heal a portion of your missing health. Sounds fantastic to me. And we're going to leave behind these bombs because they haven't really done a great job for us, have they? What's up here? Oh. Mask of the Southern God? That's one of the items that we're looking for. There is one more. This is one of the extra things not dependent on the new quest that we've just started with those seeds. And if we're lucky, we'll find the other one as well, because we do have one more floor after this. Oh, there's no need to buy healing. Remember, no need to buy healing.
Welcome, friend, the shopkeep greeted. But don't mind the occasional bloodstain on the merchandise.
You know what? I'm gonna buy this. Just in case we get a kill counter for any reason. And I'll even buy this. Because I don't want an elite enemy to just take us out for no reason. And I'm happy with my other stuff. And I'll even get a free gemstone from you. We essentially have unlimited healing, and with our cooldown reduction bonus, we can use it pretty often. So if we're patient, we should not be dying. At least not outside of the boss fight. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Uh-oh. I found a gemstone, even though we reduced our chance of finding gemstones. Something's up here. Oh yes, the challenge room, which we might as well do. And all we're gonna get is some gold and potentially a useful item. Okay, and you're the only thing that has spawned after that. That's good. And one of you was not caught in my flurry of attacks. So wave 2 took out that guy. Took out that guy. Need to take out this guy. But not before he did some damage. I'm gonna try not to use my Guardian's Fist until wave 3. My Guardian's Rage. Until wave 3. Ooh, a level up is good. Uh-oh. That was a tough situation right there. Oh no. Oh, the wall that enemy put up prevented me from continuing my combo. Missed out on some gold. heal up the rest of the way. No, we've already seen that. I'll pick it up just to confirm, but we're not going to be staying with that. Now, fully healed, we make our way to floor 4 of 4, having already made some progress. With 11 gemstones, ooh, and a point to spend. Increased critical hit chance against enemies suffering from negative effects. Or this could be good. Leap into the air and fracture the ground to damage and stun enemies. Or... actually, no, I think I should save up another 2 points and increase Mark's range even more. Just to give us a bit of safety fighting melee enemies. Oh, did I forget to pick up the thing that turns gemstones into more? I think I might have left that on the last floor. That's disappointing. That is really disappointing. I mean, I don't think we missed out on that much gold, but still, it was a misplay. Yeah, because I don't see any charm. So I'm gonna just use my heal. Okay, yeah, no. This is a bit of a disappointment. Hopefully we can find at least something on this floor to spend our gemstones on, because otherwise it's gonna be an inefficient situation.
Something more sinister will be appearing soon.
I want that guy to appear, but I also want...
a greater enemy, but also a greater reward.
I was gonna say, but I also want to start attacking before my gold bonus wears off. And I'd say that worked out pretty well. So I guess once you're in the flow with... once you've got a good flow going with the mark, once you've got your timing down, things can go pretty well. Of course, you've got a good build as well. The, was I quick enough? I don't know if the gold bonus applied to that chest. And what does this do? Reset cooldowns? Tempting, but... I mean, we don't really have anything that's on a long cooldown. So we'll not worry about that. We have one skill point. Ooh, what's here?
4 steps were to be taken in the correct order.
Hopefully we can do this quickly. Okay, not number 1. Not 2. And another frustrating elite has been spawned because we're not going to get experience for killing you. I guess we'll get a bit of gold. Again, not 3, so the first one is 4. And again, an annoying group of enemies has materialized. Maybe we can get some use out of it by... wasn't quite able to hit 40. But I need to be careful now because 4... Oh, should have stuck with my pattern. So, 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. Got it. At least I think that's it. 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. What do we get? We get some healing. Increased primary attack damage is good. And a common animal treat is fine. We're at Ziggurat 4 of 4. There's nothing left to do except to attempt this boss fight.
They exhaled softly.
We've
Blessing.
already seen that. Let's get some healing. And let's go. Oh, we didn't need to use our healing because we go to full health at the start of each floor. This fight is gonna be tough. We do good damage though. Oh, we need to be hitting these things because they're gonna be. One good thing about Mark is he's very quick. Okay. Okay, yeah. You gotta remember his sweep attack is very hard to dodge. So what I'm gonna do is, when he comes out of his shell, I'm gonna pop my rage. I think I'm actually doing less damage than on my regular attacks. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty good. Alright. And I don't even think I was that over-leveled. Sure, I'll pick that up. We got a codex entry right at the end. Let's talk to you. And let's go back and spend some money. Can we get 2 primary attack upgrades? Because that would be swell. We're gonna get...
Nothing but mud and silt. Maybe they had to go deeper to reach water. It occurred to Ben that the old digging equipment may be of use. Uncle Ben examined the unusually warm stone for some time. Intrigued as he was, additional stones with strange properties would be required. If any more appeared, they were to be brought to him immediately, for a machine of great importance could be fashioned from them.
Alright, finally we have unlocked that quest. And let's just take a look. The wine machine quest. And we also unlocked the Mask of the Southern Goddess, which is to the left of the chapter select entrance. Before I spend my morph, I'm gonna go to the shelter. And I'm gonna spend 2 animal treats on Faramars. By the way, I love the animations that and the sounds that you get from the animals when you give them treats. And we will be seeing all of them later, but for now I want to focus on the ones that are gonna help us out. And now, finally, let's take a look at this. Just to confirm we're not missing anything. Now let's go to Ben's workshop. and continue upgrading basic attack damage. We get 2. We get 3 upgrades, and it is at its maximum, which is outstanding. And for our last, we're gonna upgrade critical damage. Ooh, and we even have enough to do one more. Rage gain or dodge? Rage gain or dodge? Let's go with some dodge. Why not? Okay. So on that note, I think next episode we are gonna go into the 3rd zone, just to see what the first area in that zone is like. So let me just go back to the house for now. So yeah, I think on that note we are gonna call an end to this episode. Let's just take a look around and see what everyone's up to. Mark and Joey are in the room, just enjoying some quiet time. Mary is with the baby, possibly listening to some music. Seems to be a record player or something that looks like that. Next to it, we see Lucy playing with the cat. Some animals in the shelter. Linda practicing the violin. The Stargazer by the library. John and Kevin are both sitting on their beds. And Uncle Ben is staring out into the distance. Apon is right here, just doing her stuff. Alright, so next time, when we come back, we will be going into the 3rd chapter. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll join me for the next one. Until then, take care.